Okay, this is unit 2, lesson 5, 2.5. We're talking about the place value system because we have to know the place values in order to round our decimals. So, our place value system, we're going to start over here with our 1s. Then we're going to put our decimal. After the decimal, we're going to draw 4 lines. And what we're going to do is we're going to write what each one is. So the first one, after the 1s, becomes 1 over 10. So that means that's called the tenths. THS after the word 10. Tenths. So anything with THS on it means that it's after the decimal place. Okay, so tenths. Now, what we've been doing is when we convert our decimals and stuff, we just count how many digits are after the decimal place, and that's how many zeros there are. That is exactly right. So if I now count, I'm on the second space after the decimal, how many zeros should I have at the bottom? 2. So it's going to be 1 over 100. This is hundredths. THS, hundredths. And now we are going to go to the next one. Add 1 more 0. We're going to go 1 over 1,000. So that's going to be thousandths. THOUSAND. THS. Thousandths. Okay? And what's after that guy? 10 thousandths. So we're going to have 1 over 10,000. So it's 10,000. Now, which ones do we typically use? We typically use the first 3. Which ones do we use the most? The tenths spot. We typically round to 1 decimal place. That's what that means, tenths. Okay? So, we're going to now do these examples on the bottom, and we're going to round to those decimal places. Now, when we round, if it says round to one of those places, the rule is this. You look at the place after it on the right, and then you see if that number is 5 or bigger. And if it's 5 or bigger, you're going to add 1. If it's 4 or smaller, you're just going to cut the decimal off and not use it at all. So, this guy here says to the nearest integer. Well, that's like saying to the nearest ones place. Well, if that's the nearest ones, you're looking at the decimal right after the ones place, so the 5. Is that 5 going to make that 23 go up 1 or stay the same? Up 1. Up 1, good. So it should be 24. Okay? Now we're going to look at the 10th place. Okay, so if we're rounding to the 10th place, I'm going to highlight the 10th place. That's the 5. So what we have to do is we have to look at the number after the 5. Is it going to make the 5 add 1 or stay the same? Add 1. So we're going to have 23.6. Yes, 0.6. Wonderful. 100. Now I'm going to do the same thing, only I'm going to look at the 100th spot. That's a 6. So what's number is after that 6? It's another 6. So that's 6 is 5 or bigger. It's going to make the first 6 add 1. So that means we're going to have 23.57. Okay, so this 6 is making that 6 round to its 7th count. Now we're going to go to the 1,000th place. So that means I move both of those over here. So now I'm looking at the 8. What does the 8 tell that 6 to do? Does he add 1? Yeah, he does. So now we're going to have 23.567. Okay? So let's take a look at the next one on the bottom. You guys try that one. You guys round number 2. We'll take it up.
Would it go like 2?
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're going to look at this number. What does the 8 make the 7 do?
Go up to 8.
Go up to an 8, yeah.
Yeah.
So negative 18.
Okay.
Okay, you guys do the rest. There's 3 more. You guys try and round those. We'll see how you do here. Okay, so that's B. What's the nearest 10 place going to look like? Negative 17.9. Good. What about the 100? Negative 17.89. Good. What about the next one? Negative 17.889. Good. All right. Let's do the chart, please. I want you to complete the chart and fill it out and round them all. Okay, push pause now and play when you're ready. Okay, here we are back at it. Let's check the first column, make sure it matches your answers. All right, now we're going to round to the 10th. Rounding to the 10th, what we're doing now is we are looking at the number after the 10th spot. So I'm looking at the 2. What is that 2 going to make the 9 do? The 2 is going to make the 9 stay the same. Now we're going to look at the 5. What's that 5 going to make the 0 do? Add 1. So, first one we get, 27.9. Here we have to add 1, negative 3.1. Now let's look at the next one. Down here, we're going to look at the 7. Oh, I do. So we're going to look at the 7. If you look at that 7 there, what is it doing to the 8? Makes it go up 1. So we should have 0.9. Okay? Now these ones are tricky. Okay. So these ones with all the 9s, all you've got to do is a 9 is going to round the next number to a 10. When you round it to a 10, the 1 part of a 10 adds to that 4. So this is going to be 5.0. Okay? You have to show the 0 because that means that you rounded to the 10th. That's why you have to show it. When in grade 10 we start talking about significant digits, it's going to make more sense too. The next one, that 4 makes the 1 stay the same. So this is going to be negative 54.1. That 1 doesn't change. You just cut off all the other numbers. Okay? Now we're going to do the same thing, only we're going to look at the 100th spot. So we want to look at the decimal after that number. So the decimal after that number is the third digit after the decimal. So that third digit after the decimal, what does it do to that other one? Okay, 100th spot, like I said, we're looking at the third digit. The 9 is going to tell the 2 to add 1. So it's going to be 9.3. So we're going to get 27.93. The next one, we are going to look at the 2. What does the 2 tell the 5 to do? Stay a 5. Good job. So we're going to have negative 3.05. The 5 stayed the same. All right. Now we look at the 9. What does that 9 tell the 7 to do? Tells them to add 1. So that's going to be 8. The next one, the same thing is going to happen with all these 9s. If you look at that third 9, it's going to round the second 9 to a 10, which rounds the first 9 to a 10, which rounds the 4 to a 5. It's always going to add that 1 to the next number. So this is going to be 5.00. And the one right next to it is going to be 5.000. Okay, and because they're showing that they want it rounded to that place value, you have to show those zeros. Because it proves you actually rounded to that spot. Okay, if you just put the number 5, they don't know if you understand that that's how it rounded. Okay? All right, continuing on the bottom here, what does that 5 tell the 4 to do? What does the 5 tell the 4 to do? Go add 1. So we're going to get negative 54.50. Okay? Our last column, rounding to the 1,000. So now we look at the 4th number after the decimal. And what is that 4th number, this 5, telling that 9 to do? He's saying add 1. So it's going to be the same as this number, only it's going to have the 0 on the end. Because the 9 is going to make the 2 turn to a 10. Okay? So 27.930. Okay. The next one. We're looking at the 4th digits. What does the 9 tell the 2 to do? What does a 9 tell a 2 to do? Go up 1. 0, 5, 3. The next one, we have 0.8. Now, we've got the digit, the fourth digit is a 3. What does that 3 tell the 9 to do?
Stay the same.
Stay the same. So we have 8, 7, 9. The next one, as we know, we have 3 zeros in the end. This guy over here has a bunch of 3s on the end. What are those 3s going to tell the other 5 to do? Stay the same. So we have negative 54.145. Okay, and then we stop. Any questions so far on those ones? If you made a couple errors, do you know where you made your mistakes? Are you seeing where they are? Hopefully. Okay. Now we're going to go back and do some decimal numbers. Okay, and this is bedpass with rational decimal numbers. So, I'm actually going to give you 10 minutes to work on this. We're going to do it together. We're going to take it up together up on the board here, okay? You got 10 minutes, well, just under 10 minutes to do this, all 4 questions, please, okay? So, use your bedmass strategies. That's all it is bedmass, okay? Okay, so, these are bedmass strategies. The brackets we have here, these are just saved, don't do inside it, that's just negative base. That's all that one's telling me. So I move down to exponents, there's no exponents. Now I go down to multiplying and dividing. We do it left to right, whoever comes first. So these guys we divide, come first to give me negative 2. These two I multiply to give me 1.4, and my subtract sign comes down. Okay, now you're going to literally type that in your calculator the way you see it, and that's going to give you negative 3.4. Okay, so it's going to give you negative 3.4.
I did it.
Okay, check your work. Let's look at B. So B says brackets. What kind of brackets do we have? Is it a selfish space or is it a 2 inside them? It's a 2 inside them. We have more than one number. So we're going to solve our brackets. That's going to give us negative 2.8. Okay? After brackets come exponents. Now I'm going to solve my exponents. The plus sign has to come down. 4 squared is 16. The rest of this just flows down. Times 0.2. My next step, again, I'm down to multiplying or adding. Well, multiplying goes before adding, so I have to multiply those next. So my negative 2.8 stays here, and then I'm going to end up with a 3.2, positive 3.2. Now we add them, and we're going to get 0.4. Okay, so we get an answer of 0.4. Make sure you check your steps, please. Okay, you should be writing down your steps every time, not just writing down an answer. Because if you write down an answer and it's wrong, I can't help you in terms of going back and looking at your steps to see where you made your mistake. So you should always write your steps so you know where you made the mistakes. Okay? Alright, letter C. We only have adding or dividing. So we're going to do the dividing first, because that's what bedmass tells us to do. We're going to get 3.8 plus negative 4. And that's going to give us negative 0.2. Okay, so negative 0.2. The next one, brackets, it's only a selfish space, so I look at exponents. So I have to solve this guy. So I'm going to have 4.6 minus 9 plus, now I can divide. I do the dividing part, and that's going to give me a negative 3. Now I've just got adding and subtracting left to right. So now we're going to type in 4.6, subtract 9, plus negative 3. And that's going to give us an answer of negative 7.4. Okay? Check your steps, check your work. Okay? Good to go?
All right.
Okay, now we're going to talk about converting decimals to fractions. That's one of the tougher ways. Fractions to decimals is pretty easy. We just divide the numbers in the calculator. But how do we go backwards? Well, these are the steps. So if I'm not sitting with you, this is what we do. But we're going to go through the example. So it says 5.34. I'm noticing there's two numbers after the decimal. So the fraction must start with a bottom number of 100 with two zeros. Okay, it's always a 1 with however many zeros. So I know my bottom number is 100. Now what I do is I reduce the fraction. Otherwise you're going to get tons of big numbers. So we reduce the fraction. That's our step here. We divide it by 2. That's how we reduce our fraction. Then we turn it to an improper number. So we have to turn it to an improper fraction after. So we multiply and add the top. Bottom number stays the same. So that's what we get for a final answer. If you've got a repeating number, you put the number over a 9 if it's only one decimal that's repeating. Now this is telling us, so for example, 3 over 10, because it's the same digit repeating, we just take the first place value. If there was 3 digits repeating, for example, maybe it was 4.123, 123, 123, etc. Then what we would do is we would take the first 3 repeating digits. That's what we would have. So these guys right here, 3 numbers after the decimal, that should have 3 zeros on the bottom. But because it's a repeating number, we would subtract 1. So that would be over 999, 999. Okay? Whereas this guy here, he's over 9, because only one digit repeats, and we take the smallest place value. So he'd be 3 over 10, but we subtract 1 from the bottom. So he's 3 over 9. But we know 3 over 9 reduces. They both divide by 3. So we both divide by 3 and reduce it to 1 over 3. Then we convert to an improper fraction. Okay? Those are the rules. If I'm not with you, those are the steps. Okay? Let's take a look at writing them now. So now we're going to practice this. We're going to do it together. Don't worry. All right. Written as read. So we're going to write the words. How would you read what we see right here? Okay, 12.2, 12.2. What is the word we use for decimal in math? Do you remember?
Point.
And. We use the word and. So this would be 12 and 2 tenths. So 12 and 2 tenths. So now we're going to write that, and then we're going to put it into a reduced fraction. So 12 and 2 over 10. Okay, 12 and 2 tenths, that's what we just wrote. And now we have to reduce the fraction part. What can we reduce with 2 and 10? They both divide by 2. Good. So we're going to divide them both by 2. And we're going to get 12 and 1/5. Now we convert to what? Improper. Okay, always convert to improper after. So now we need to take the side and multiply it to the bottom and add the top number. And the bottom number stays the same. So 60 over 5.
61.
Thank you. 61 over 5. Okay. 61 over 5. It looks a little strange. All right. How are we going to read the second question? Excellent. So, negative 35 and 86 hundredths. THS is on the end, hundredths. Okay, now we're going to write that decimal as a fraction. So negative 35 and 86 we said over 100. 2 digits after the decimal, so we have 2 zeros on the bottom. What is our next step after that? Reduce the fraction. What is, can we divide by?
2.
2, good. That's going to give us negative 35 and 43 over 50. Now we need to convert it to an improper fraction. I'm running out of room. Hopefully you have room to do it. I'll find out here. So we know we're going to have a 50 on the bottom. We have to take the bottom and times the side. Now remember, it's a negative number. We're just going to put the negative on at the very end on the top. We don't multiply with the negative. So it's just 50 times 35. And then we're going to add 43. It's a big, big number. It's going to be 4 digits. 4 digits. 1793. Good. Negative 1793. Remember, it's a negative number. So yes, it is actually a very small number. Because it's a negative number. Okay, technically, yes, it is. Okay, I'm just going to let you get caught up writing that down. Now we're going to write down what we would say in words for the next one. And some of you know what you would say in words for the next one. Yeah, Shane, what would you say? Good. So 124. We don't say 124 because that would be 100.24. So the and is going where the decimal should. So it's 124 and, there's our decimal, 244 thousandths. I write very big. Hopefully you write it and it fits in your box. Okay? If it didn't, that's okay. Okay? All right, we're going to draw the decimal now. I'm going to move it up a bit here, guys. We're going to move it up so everybody can see at the back. Is everybody done writing the first 2 down? Yeah. Yes? Okay. So I'm going to erase everything up there now. Okay. So now we're going to draw this guy as a fraction. So 124 and then 244 over 1,000. Now we need to take 244 over 1,000 and reduce it. So what number do you think it can divide by? 2. It can divide by 2 twice. So let's divide it by 4. See what we get. What do we get when we divide it by 4? Sorry? 61?
Yeah.
Good. So we're dividing by 4. That's going to give us 124 and 61 over 250. Now we got to convert that to an improper fraction. So we're multiplying the side and the bottom, and we're adding the top. And the bottom number stays the same, 250. It's a big one. This is 5 digits on top.
31,061.
Beautiful. 31,061. Well said, little girl. Nice. Because remember, you guys, you don't say an and in there, right? That's 31,061. Yeah. Did you not get that one? Okay, so what you're doing, take a look. Take the bottom times the side. Add the top.
I got Abraham.
Well, it's that over that. That's lowest as it goes. Okay, now we're going to move to the bottom 2. I need to erase this. Is everybody done? So I can erase it? Okay, so I'm running out of room here. Okay, let's look at the next question. 0.45. How would we write that? Or sorry, say that.
0 and 45.
Yeah. But because it's a 0, we would just say the decimal part. So we would just say 45 hundredths. Good. 45 hundredths. THS. Okay? And now we're going to have 45 over 100. They both end in a 5 or a 0. What's the rule if they end in 5 or 0? Divide by 5. Well done. So, let's now divide by 5. 7?
9.
Cool. 9 over 20. Now remember, those are little mistakes, those are easy mistakes to make because we try to sometimes go too fast. So let's try to slow down a little bit. All right, the next one, how would we say that one in words, the next one? Yeah?
Negative 0 and 275,000.
Okay, do you notice here, did we say our 0 up here? No, so we just forget the 0 part, you just say negative 275 thousandths. Okay? Negative 275 thousandths THS. Looks like that's it. Oh, you. Okay, so that's going to give us negative 275 over 1,000, and we have the same situation where we end in a 5 and 0. So what should we divide by?
25.
Okay, well we can divide by 5, but then we can divide by 5 again. So somebody did find a bigger number. We're going to divide them both by 25.
25.
Yes, it is 25. Well done. Okay, so the negative stays on the top, and we're going to get how much left over? 11 over 40. Well done. So negative 11 over 40, that's our second last one. That's what this guy reduces to. Okay? All right, next one. How would we say it in words? How are we going to say that one in words? Perfect. So negative 28 and 78 hundredths. Good job. Okay, so now we're going to create that fraction. I'm going to erase the guy above them, so I need to use the room. All right, so that's negative 28 and 78 over 100. Hands up, who's got a strategy? What goes next? What should we do next at this point? Divide by 2 because they're even numbers. Could we divide by 4 maybe?
Yeah.
Okay, let's try and divide by 4. We could divide by 2 twice. Let's divide by 4 and see what happens. We're going to get negative 28 and what?
Oh, it's a decimal.
It's a decimal? Oh, darn, we can't do it then. So we got to divide by 2. I thought 4 worked. I guess it doesn't. All right, dividing by 2. So we get negative 28. And how much over 50? 39. Good job. But it's negative, don't forget. All right, now we go to improper. Now, forget the negative sign for a moment. We're just multiplying and adding the top. Do not multiply with the negative. Just throw the negative on the top after. So, 4 digits. How big's the top number? It's 4 digits. Erica. Good. Negative 1,439 over 50. Good job. Okay. Our last chart is all about rounding. I'm going to give you about 3 minutes to round. Okay, 3 to 5 minutes to complete the chart below. Okay, push pause now. Play with your writing. Okay, we are now finished lesson 2.5. We're finishing out our charts here. So, decimal, we take the top divided by bottom. You should have got 0.4. It is a terminating decimal, which means there's no other digits. So if we want to round it, it doesn't change. It stays the same. Okay? If we have a mixed number and we want to do the rounding, so we want to create a decimal, this whole number goes first and then the decimal. These numbers are what we divide to create the decimal after. So we're going to get 0.375. Okay? Now what we do is we look at that 7, and it's going to make that 3 add 1. So we're going to get 2.4. Yes?
I still got the
the same answer, and I turned it.
Oh, you went for improper?
And I divided it.
Wonderful, that works as well.
Okay.
Yep, you betcha. So the other strategy is to go to improper for sure. Okay, this guy here, negative 14 divided by 19, it is a negative number, so the negative will float to the top. So it's going to be negative 0.7368, yada, yada, yada. It's run on decimal. So since we're going to nearest 10, all we need to see is one digit after the 10th place. So what does that 3 tell that 7 to do? It says stay the same, 7. So we get negative 0.7. Okay? If we want the 10th place, that means all you see is one digit after the decimal. That's it. That means no other numbers at the end of him. Okay. We have another integer in front of a fraction. So you could go to improper, or it just becomes the number in front of the decimal. Now, since the bottom number is a 9, we're going to get a repeating number on top. So that's 0.8 repeating. Well, with 0.8 repeating, that means the second number is 8. So what would the 8 tell the other 8 to do? Add 1. So we're going to get negative 99.9. Okay, the next question is also a lot of 9s on the bottom. If we have a lot of 9s on the bottom, that means it's a repeating number. So this guy is going to be 0.89 repeating. We should have a repeating line on top of the 8 and the 9. So it goes 8, 9, 8, 9, 8, 9 forever. So what does that 9 tell the 8 to do?
It's going to get bigger.
He's going to get bigger and add 1. So he's going to go 0.9. Okay? Check your work. This includes the lesson on rounding and converting fractions to decimals. Let's go.